Welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at The Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading for March. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. Virgo, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge here is the Ace of Pentacles. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Virgo, is the Temperance in reverse. Okay? So your biggest challenge for the month of March is the Ace of Pentacles. I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, there's a new opportunity on the horizon for you, especially when it comes to your finances, or this could be in regards to your love situation. We're going to find out what this challenge is for you and what you need to do maybe to possibly overcome it when we clarify in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the Six of Wands in reverse, you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles upright, and you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I feel like in the recent past, a long-term commitment that you were involved in, this could have been a business commitment relationship, or this could have just been, a romantic relationship. This could have been a family situation. Something here that, again, seemed very stable in the past. And I did say this to Capricorn because you both are earth signs, so this could be very familiar. Something here that seemed very long-term and stable didn't end up being that way. Something here failed. A new beginning that was very passionate dwindled very quickly. And as a result of that, something here didn't proceed forward the way that you wanted it to in the past. We're going to clarify this and get more information for you in a moment. Now, in the present moment, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Wands, and you have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like in the present moment with the Ace of Cups, there's definitely a new love that is surfacing in your life. There's a conflict connected to this new love. And this conflict is leading you or your person or both of you to become very logical, very mental about the connection. And we're going to see why this is happening for you and what you need to know in a moment. In the near future, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, and you have the Four of Wands. So I feel like in the near future with the Four of Wands, there is definitely, there's a pregnant energy here with this card. It's like someone's pregnant. So there could be this possibility of you and this person getting really serious in the near future and things moving forward. It's almost like you're starting over again in the near future, and there may be an important message about you starting new over again. And, we're going to see how that ties into your reading. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Virgo, you have the Temperance in reverse. So I feel with the Temperance in reverse, what you don't see coming is something here starts to move very quickly. There is no longer this balance or patience when it comes to a particular situation. Could be, again, connected to your love life. We're going to see how this ties into your reading in a moment, okay? So let's hop right into your reading. Let's see what's going on for you. Let's clarify your challenge. Okay, so your challenge you have is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Devil. So your biggest piece of advice, or not your biggest piece of advice, but your biggest message here about your challenge, which also is in a way advice as well for you, depending on how you take it. Your challenge has a lot to do with something that happened in the past that was extremely toxic. Like it was really toxic for you, and a lot of you don't want to go back there. You're like, I don't want to go back to that situation. I don't want to have to experience that again. So in order for you to overcome this challenge, there's a need for you to not forget about what happened in the past. don't reminisce about it in a negative way, but rather recognize, what am I learning from this? How am I going to make this, new experience better? How am I going to take what I experienced in the past and what I've learned from in the past so I don't repeat it again? So there's a new opportunity here. Again, a new business, a new job, a new relationship, a new direction. Just make sure that you're aware of not applying the similar traits that you maybe experienced in the past to this situation, because you don't want to miss this opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. It's a life-changing opportunity, and it's one that I feel you really want. So that's your biggest challenge, to always remember what happened in the past so that you don't repeat it again, so that you don't miss the opportunity again, okay? So that's going to be a big part of your challenge. Now, let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the Six of Wands in reverse. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and you have the Six of Wands upright. There was a lot of thinking, like overthinking here in the past, overthinking a relationship, overthinking a marriage, overthinking whether or not it was going to be successful. A lot of you said to yourself in the past, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to fail. I knew it wasn't going to work out. And that's your intuition talking. That's your intuition speaking to you. So I feel in the recent past, although you may have felt that a particular project, relationship, environment was going to be good for you, it ended up failing. But this happened not to punish you, but to teach you something so that you don't repeat the same mistake again, okay? And that's why a new beginning that seemed very beautiful dwindled. It went from, it's like, oh, we're really excited about this. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And then something happens where it doesn't, it never really got off the ground here in the past. So there was something to learn here in the past, just like I said about your challenge. Okay. Now in the present moment, there's a conflict. You want to know why this conflict's happening. Why is it taking place? What is it that you need to know about this in the present moment for Virgo? Why is the Five of Wands here for them? You have the Queen of Swords, you have the Empress, and you have the Ten of Swords. So in the present moment, there is this conflict, okay? The energy that I'm getting here is there's two energies here. There's two of you, okay? There could be a mother involved in this. You could be the mother involved, or, your partner's mother can be involved. Take it as it resonates. A conflict is happening because there's a fear that whatever happened in the past is going to happen again in the present moment. And it's almost like someone here in the present moment is trying to take control. They're like, okay, I need to take control of this so that, whatever happened to me in the past doesn't happen again. But what you're being called to experience and maybe do here in the present moment with the Empress is to recognize how you can nurture this situation so that it doesn't end up being or creating some form of a painful ending. Because someone here in the present moment is extremely logical. They're not really based in this emotional energy. They're based in this, well, we need to do this, we need to do that. And it's starting to become serious instead of fun. It's starting to become more serious instead of fun. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords. Who's the Queen of Swords? What is the important message about this energy? You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's interesting because somebody here is recognizing or seeing something for what it is. Someone's saying, look, I'm independent. I have my own thing. I know what what I want. Meanwhile, the other person here isn't really focused on that. So remember how I was saying there's something here that's out of balance? There's kind of something here that's out of balance. It could be the fact that somebody here is working more than the other person. The other person can, hold it together while the other person can't. And some of you are dating someone younger than you, or you could be the younger person. So again, there's all these red flags that are showing up in the present moment that are asking you, how does this tie into the past? Is something that's connected to your past showing up in the present moment? Is that why there's all this pressure in the present moment? Because again, this has a lot to do with a past love or a new love that is showing past love tendencies. What's the important message about this new love that's coming in for Virgo in the present moment? What do they need to know about it? Seven of Swords, the Strength, and the Ten of Cups. One of the things that you always have to remember, Virgo, okay, and this is something that you're learning from the past. One of the things that you're learning is not everybody is going to have your best interest. At the beginning of any relationship, there's always someone that says, look, I love you, you're beautiful, you're amazing, everything's great, until the trials, the struggles, and the tribulations come. Real love, okay, and this is what the Ten of Cups represents. Real love is having to go through all the other issues, surpassing and overcoming all those other issues to even get to that level. The reason why a lot of people are not successful in love, in relationships, in business, is because they give up at the first sign of challenges. And that's what the Seven of Swords is showing me. Someone here is like, you know what, this gets overwhelming. I'm just going to make an exit plan and I'm going to leave. So if you truly want to be, okay, and this is for you and your person, if you truly want to be and get to this place of the fulfillment and happiness, that's why Saturn is in your 7th house. There are going to be trials. There are going to be tribulations. There are going to be conflicts. But the way you can determine if someone's even worth your time is if they're willing to work through those issues with you, which leads to the 10 of Cups. So in the present moment, there is an imbalance here. That's why the Temperance is in reverse, because something isn't flowing and something isn't balanced, nor is it patient. And love is patient, love is kind, right? So in the present moment, if there is a conflict, it is showing you what needs to change. And that's what I told Capricorn. So some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could have Capricorn very prominent in your chart, okay? So let's talk about the near future. Now, in the near future, things get interesting because it looks like things start to get serious. They start to get a little more serious for you. Tell me more about this new opportunity for Virgo in the near future. You have the Five of Swords, the World, and you have the King of Cups. In the near future, there's no longer this, how do I call it? There's no longer this power struggle. There's no longer, I'm right, you're wrong. That's coming to an end and a new cycle is starting for you. And the new cycle that's starting is one of real love. It's one of someone coming in and showing you, look, we don't have to fight. We don't have to argue. Let's be mature about this. Let's really talk about where this is going, where our love is going, how we're going to move forward, how we're going to truly be together with one another. And that's what leads to something becoming more serious, like a pregnancy in the near future, or if you're not interested in having kids or being pregnant, this could be about moving in, living in the same home, getting married, getting engaged. You're definitely moving forward at a very rapid pace. Like I said, because Saturn is going to be occupying that 7th house in Pisces for the next 3.5 years, something becomes a little bit more interesting for you. Finally, you're like, ooh, this looks good. This looks like it has potential here. You and this person are going to disconnect from the conflict. You're going to disconnect from the emotional burdens that have been creating this energy of unfulfillment. There is going to be something here set right in the near future. You're manifesting and you're creating this and you're moving forward. So it's really, really positive. The only thing that you need to remember is not to repeat the same mistakes as you did in the past, because that's what's going to stop you from moving forward if you repeat them. Okay. And make sure that you are, doing everything in your power to confront issues and deal with them instead of allowing them to build up, because it could lead to something very beautiful if you're able to do that. So let's get some advice. You have the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Remember this, and it's just like what I said to you originally. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be good times. There's going to be not so good times. There's going to be successes. There's going to be losses. There's going to be victories. But during these times of ups and downs, you have to remember that a relationship is not perfect. It's not, and it will never be. Anybody who gets into a relationship and thinks, oh, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to work out the way. No, that's a fantasy. That's a fantasy, okay? And when we live in that fantasy and something goes wrong like it did in the past, we end up saying, I don't want love. Love is a waste of time. It's not worth my energy. But Spirit is saying if you're able to handle the good days and the bad days, some days your partner may not be as loving as, they were the day before. Doesn't mean that they don't love you. Just remember that things can go either way. Nothing is permanent in this life. And that's why Spirit is saying your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize that. Recognize that someone can be here today and gone tomorrow. Recognize that someone can love you today and not love you tomorrow. Doesn't mean that it's not going to be successful. It just means that how willing are you to overcome these trials and tribulations without getting down on yourself about them? And the more you're detached from that and the more you just live your life and live it the way that you want to live it, that's when you're going to be able to not feel like you're so much connected to something being perfect. Okay? Which offsets the disappointment, right? Because when we're not so much attached to something not working out, we're like, okay, we can move on from it. And I think that's your biggest piece of advice here, because like I said, nothing in life is guaranteed, okay? So Virgo, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.